Well, good morning, friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm pretty excited, and I thought I'd stop and take a moment to share with you. I received a package in the mail yesterday from my good friend Camilla, who lives down in the San Diego area, and she shared with me cuttings of her Rhipsalis juengeri. This particular species is a member of the subgenus Rhipsalis, and these are plants which are characterized by having red fruit and campanulate is what they call it, which means bell-shaped. Bell-shaped flowers, really pretty white bell-shaped flowers. So the other members of this subgenus are Rhipsalis burchellii, Rhipsalis pulchra, which has sort of pinkish flowers, Rhipsalis campos portuana, which is not infrequently seen. It's got beautiful white bell-shaped flowers and a lovely light fragrance. Rhipsalis pilocarpa, which has kind of hairy stems. That's how it gets the name pilo. Rhipsalis cereuscula, which is commonly known as the rice cactus because it's got kind of smaller segments that look like rice grains. And then this is Rhipsalis juengeri. And we also have Rhipsalis clavata in this group, another one of my very favorite rips. So I got these cuttings in the mail. They look nice and fresh, and I'm going to put them in a hanging basket with my regular soil. I kind of debated if I should pot this into a smaller pot initially with just some type of a starter, like I have a nice finely ground bark, which I sometimes use as a starter. I use that for some of these epis here. And boy, they rooted really quickly. You can see it's rather finely ground. And these have all rooted, and they've only been in the mix for about a week. So I thought about using that for this species here. And then I thought, once they start rooting, I don't want to disturb the roots, so I think I'm going to just put them in a small hanging pot and hope for the best, use my regular mix. Hopefully everything will start rooting. If I have issues, then I may have to try rerooting it in something else. But let's see how this goes initially. So I'm going to, I have at least about a dozen cuttings here. She was very generous. And this is how most of the cuttings appear. I think I'm going to pot them with the first node beneath the surface of the potting mix because I have a feeling I can get more roots that way. Roots tend to come out more often from the areoles or the nodes. So let us give it a try. I'll come back once I have these inserted into the mix here. I'm going to use a pencil and insert them about to here, all of them. See, I'm just using a pencil here to kind of make a hole in the mix. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I've got a little hole there. This is going to go right down in there, right to the first node. And we'll sort of kind of cover that back up. There we go. Let's hope for the best with that particular cutting. Alrighty, so here we have the finished effort. I've got all of these inserted into the potting mix up to about the first node, a little over. And we're going to set this, I'm going to actually hang this with my other rips over at the side of the house. We're still in middle of the summer, it's just late July. So I've got a couple of months that I can leave this outdoors. And when the cold weather comes, I'm not going to chance it. With a new start like this, I'll bring it inside. I use the same technique I used a pot like this to plant multiple cuttings with this Hatiora here. This was just done about, maybe 6 months or so ago, and it's doing really well. So I hope I have the same success. You can see how it's leaning toward where the sun hits it. Likes the sun. Not direct sun, but I just have it in morning sun, so it leans towards the east. But that's doing really nicely. And so hopefully this will take off and do nicely as well. I'm not going to full-on water it. I'm going to use my my mister and just sort of mist the surface, and let a little bit of the moisture trickle down right around the top of the cuttings to just kind of give it a little oomph there, to kind of induce it to set roots. But I don't want to wet this potting mix because I don't want these cuttings to rot. They have no roots and they will rot if they're too wet. So I just a little moisture on the top that'll dry up within a day or two to help stimulate it to form roots. And then I'll probably wait for a week or 2 weeks, and when it seems like it's rooting, I'll give a little tug to see if it's rooting, and if so, I'll start the regular watering routine with this one as well. So wish me luck. We'll probably come back in, I don't know, maybe a couple of months and see how this one's doing, for better or worse. Let me know if you'd like to see an update on how this does a few months down the road. Another thing I wanted to point out to you, this one has bloomed for Camilla. It's got little berries. They kind of have a pinkish tinge. That is how this plant became classified in the subgenus Rhipsalis. Erythro means red, and the fruit has a little reddish tinge. Some others in the genus have much redder fruit, such as Pilocarpa. But this is a very nice fruit on this one. Let's see, did I have another fruit? Yes, I did. I have another fruit here. I could actually take this fruit and try to make seedlings from this plant. Maybe I'll do that. Look, it's still got the little bit of papery stuff there from the flower. So I'm really looking forward to growing this. Like I said, I love all the members of this subgenus, Rhipsalis. One member that I didn't mention is Rhipsalis aurea. That's the newest one to be added to the subgenus Rhipsalis. And Rhipsalis aurea, as the name would suggest, has yellow bell-shaped flowers. So I hope you enjoyed this this brief little look at my effort with the new to me species. I think it's somewhat uncommon in cultivation, but becoming more available, which is great. So the more people we have interested in growing these beautiful plants, you know, the better we can spread them and keep them growing and keep them going and have them available for all the world to enjoy. This particular clone that Camilla sent me is from the Bonn Botanical Gardens. They have it cataloged there, and it's from the plant which is number 1700, if that means anything to the botanists on our group here. So I'm going to make sure to label this because I'm getting older and I'm not going to remember, even though I'm so excited, but I won't remember what this is a week or two down the road if I don't label it. So not only will I put a label in the pot, but I'm also going to mark the pot itself with the name of this species. Here I've placed it in its spot of honor here at the side of the house. I'm going to keep it shaded. It gets indirect light here and a little bit of direct light very, very late in the day because this is a north exposure here. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you all again in the next video. Bye.